If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up.
What do all these things have to do with each other? Find out next on your old pal Uncle Eric. Hey there everybody, it's your old pal Uncle Eric here again. Today we're going to use some of this burl that I got when I was on vacation up in Oregon, and we're going to make some dragon eggs. But one of these will be an out of the ordinary dragon egg because we are going to use a Hot Wheel, and in this case the Mars Rover. And we're going to put the Mars Rover onto this block, glue it down with some added features to it, and then cast it in the cup and put some resin in it, and the next thing you know, we'll have another couple of dragon eggs.
What I'm doing here is I'm brushing off with a wire brush all of the dirt and scum that's on the top of this wood. Been sitting out in the forest for a long time, you know. Looks like it might have even been in a fire. Anyway, get all of that taken care of and dig it out really good. The reason you're going to want to do that is take all of the dirt out, so when you put the resin in it, the dirt won't float around in the resin. You want this thing to be as clean as possible. After this, I took them outside and I blew them off with my air hose and my compressor just to make sure that there was no dirt attached. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it black. If you paint the surface black, the next step, the resin that we use to color the next step, will stand out much better on a dark background than it will on a light background.
Okay, so these things have dried. The black acrylic paint on them is now dry to the touch. And what we're going to do is this little guy here, the Mars Rover, is going to end up on here somewhere. Not sure where yet. Probably something like that. We'll see what happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some UV resin in these cups, mix in a little glow powder, and then paint it onto the surface to get the effect that we're looking for. Alright, let's do it. Oh, you know what? Before you use resin of any kind, you should really put on some gloves. Because you don't want this stuff touching your skin, if you can avoid it. Okay, got the hose hooked up, got the pressure pot lid down. Gonna reach out and turn this bad boy on. About as high as my pressure pot goes. I got a 50-pound release on it. So we are going to let it sit there, and hopefully in a few hours we'll have a nice clear casting. We're going to go ahead and demold this guy and get him out of there. We've got some bubbles again, but we'll see what happens. There was one trap down there, and when I got into the pressure pot, I guess it released just enough to where it came out into the casting. But we're going to take this one out here in just a second, but let me show you what happened to the other one. This is what happens when you do things a little too quickly. My resin got hot in the cup and it cracked, and the crack goes all the way down to here. So if I try to put this thing on the lathe, it's just going to explode. So what we'll do is put this on what I like to call the shelf of broken dreams, and we'll leave it up there till sometime in the future when we have the technology to fix these cracks, you know, to where we can still put them on a lathe and be safe about it. But this is a dead soldier as of now, and that's a shame too, because it's a nice piece of burl under there. But that's why we keep projects like this, is somewhere down the line I might be able to use this. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead with the unmolding of this bad boy. First, let's get some gloves on. Yeah, this stuff stinks. Yes, it does.
ain't got a dime. I'm broke and I ain't got a dime. I'm broke, ain't got a dime. Everybody gets it hard up sometimes. I was standing on East Cairo Street one day. I was standing on East Cairo Street one day. Standing on East Cairo Street one day. One dime was all I had. Mama, don't treat your daughter mean. Mama, don't treat your daughter mean. Mama, don't treat your daughter mean. That's the meanest woman a man must ever see. You want your friend to be bad like Jesse James. You want your friend to be bad like Jesse James. You want your friend to be bad like Jesse James. Get 262's highway, some faster train. One time was all I had.
Maple
One time
burls
was
coming out
all
to be
I
really,
had.
really nice.
One time
Alright,
was
clean this
all
up and then it's time for some sanding.
Trying to be a sporting lad. I bought that morning news on. I brought that morning news. I bought that morning news. Then I bought a cigar too.
Walking up to me in the parking lot, wearing a translucent t-shirt that showed quite a lot. And I just dropped off an old man said been talking to God while riding the train through America. It was something quite different than the vet at the hospital who told me about the war in Vietnam. His wife broke shotgun, she asked for a C, and I hope that we can all just get along. And the pulse sometimes feels so real, the thrill of cocaine or pills, a sense of purpose that's matched by your expectations. And the boys in their button-down shirts, making promises to all the young women who pass by my window on a Saturday night like stars on the sidewalk that glitter. Her dad was a refugee. She told her life story so transformative and real, reserved only for people of color. And what about the drunks who just want to go to Taco Bell at 12:45 a.m.? We'll drive around the suburbs and get to know each other well. Have a lively debate about policy. And the pulse sometimes feels so real. The thrill of cocaine or pills. A sense of purpose that's matched by your expectations. And the boys in their button-down shirts, making promises to all the young women who pass by my window on a Saturday night.
polished up to me. So I put my hands on it. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get this thing cut off of here.
All right, while I'm cutting this thing off of here, I want to make a couple of acknowledgments. One of them is to the awesome dad punk band Six Sundays. They're out of Portland, Oregon. Their album that you've been listening to tonight is Bully Machine, Glitter Lift, and Ice Cream Pig. These guys are pretty awesome. Up in Portland, you should check them out. Their stuff is on Spotify. Their latest album is Rasputin Goes to Hell. It's pretty awesome. Dad punk rules, guys.
There she is. The Mars Rover Egg. As you can see, there's a Mars Rover in there with a little NASA sticker on the surface of Mars. Okay, we're going to get this thing finished up. All right, that's the Mars Rover. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the like button, and you guys have a good day. This is Uncle Eric signing off.